Okay, this time we're going to start with these two pictures. We've got a flower arrangement which looks a bit untidy towards the top, and we can't see that flower or that one, and that one's a little bit burnt out. We could alter that, but we've also got another picture which has got this single flower, and the idea is going to be to put this flower at the end of these stems. And first of all, we're going to reduce a lot of this brown sort of leaf type thing with the pearls. We're going to reduce those out of the way, and then drop this on one there, and one there, and hopefully that will give us a nice picture. We'll also tidy this up down here. So first thing we do is to make a layer out of this, and we don't want the black background, we just want the rose, the open rose itself. Okay, we've finished editing this original picture now, and we've saved it as a PSD. We'll give it a different name, so we're quite happy to carry on. If we just look at the whole thing, nothing's changed down here, so we've just taken some bits out of the top here. The next job we're going to do is change to our other image. Notice it's still got the original file name, and there's two ways we can do this, but we want to isolate this flower and cut it out. The easiest way, because we've got a solid black background, is select our tool over here, which is our magic wand tool, click in the black area, and it selects all of the black area. Now it's not the black area we want, it's the rose. So if we right click and we select the inverse, we're now selecting the rose, and we can just go layer, new, layer via cut, and that separates our two layers out. So we've got our background and we've got our rose. If I turn that off, you see we just got our rose type shape. Turn it back on again, just got the background, turn that one off, and we've just got the outline. Now we could use the outline for something else, but in this case we're going to use this layer. What we're going to do now, we right click on there, we duplicate the layer, layer 1 copy, so we'll just change that to rose, and we're going to put it in the other document, in the flower arrangement document, and just say OK. And now you can see it's dropped on there, and if we swap back to that one, you can see we've got this rose taking over the whole thing. So the next stage will be to edit. Okay, the next stage, working on here, we need to change the tool we're going to use. We have the rose selected there. If it doesn't select, you can always do a Control and T. I'll select that. We then want to make that a little bit smaller, so we're going to come down in size quite dramatically from where we were. We just want to cover that one, make it look as if the stem's coming up through it. Perhaps go a little bit smaller. That's it. Because it was the original was taken on a black background, it blends in quite well, and we can't see the other stems behind it. So that's covered that one up. That's probably the right size, so we just click the little tick, and that one's set up. Now we want the other roses the same size as that, so if we go back over here and we can duplicate that layer, and we've got rose 2, and we say OK. Doesn't look like there's anything there, but it's actually on top, so just pick it up and move it, and again look, so it's on the stem. And then we'll do a rose 3, we'll duplicate the layer again, select rose 3, okay, and again we'll go on to the top of this stem, and that's set, that's on top of there. So now we've got our 4 layers, we've got our background and we've got 3 roses, and if we turn them off we can see what's underneath. And we switch the eye back on and we cover them all up. So at that point we've done quite well. We've got everything in place. The next part is to start to save the image. Okay, we need to save the image, so we go to File, Save As, and we're going to save it as step 2. Notice we've got the PSD set there, so we save it as a Photoshop file, so it's got a number of layers. And now we save that. So we've got stage 1 saved, and now we've got stage 2 saved. So if we need to, we can always go back to where we were. Okay. The next thing we want to do is to flatten this into a single image. If we're happy we don't want to add any more, so we can just go either across to here, and we've got the flatten image, or we can choose the layer option here and flatten image. If I do that, we now got a single entry there, we've got no other layers. The next thing we're going to do here is take that heart shape out there, which is burnt out, and replace it with a flower. That's going to simply be done by using the clone tool from something red over there. That doesn't require any layer work, we can just do that. Okay, we've done a little bit of work with the clone tool down there just to finish it all off. Notice how these are fitted in quite well. So from this viewpoint, that looks quite acceptable. We can then just finish this by saving it once more, and we'll save it as the complete thing and say OK. So that's using multiple layers to create a new image.